One of the things that I'm really big on is the difference between content and context. Can anybody tell me what's the difference between those two things? Content and context. Anybody? Don't everybody speak at once. No ideas? All right, well, let me just ask this question then. What is content? It's stuff. It's what's in it, right? However you want to call it. So then what is context? Okay, it's what's around it. It's the outside. It could be considered the container or whatever. Well, I have a metaphor that I like to use for content and context. And I'm just going to use this right here, this glass of water. Now, you can all see this, right? And even in the back of the room, you can tell there's some water in this glass. Can you tell that? Okay? So in this little metaphor here, the water would represent what? Content or context? Content. Therefore, the glass would represent my context, right? Now, I can take some more content. For example, I can put a little bit more water into this cup, right? Or into this glass. I can put a little bit more water into this glass. What happens if I keep attempting to put water into this glass? Well, it makes a big old mess down there, doesn't it? And I'm not used to doing this with a coat on, and I got water all over myself too. How about that? The whole point is the amount of content that you can handle is absolutely 100% limited by the size of your what? Context. Now, that is absolutely 100% true for each and every one of us as individuals. The amount of content you can handle is absolutely 100% limited by the size of your context. I would go so far as to say the size of your life, the size of your career, the quality of your relationships, your ability to influence other human beings in your role, in your organization, is limited by the size of your context. Therefore, between today, Thursday morning, and Thursday afternoon, I have one primary objective with my presentations, and that is to help you expand your personal context regarding what is possible for you both personally and professionally, and in the context of this conference specifically as it relates to your ability to influence the human performance in your organization. Okay? So that's what this is all about. We've gotten a whole lot of content here so far today, and I will be referring back to some of that. Pardon me for just a second. I will be referring back to some of that as we work our way through some of these slides here. All right, now, this is all about thinking different. Here's the reason this is important to think different. A little bit more background on me. I was in the commercial nuclear power industry for about 20 years. Most of that 20-year career was spent in different aspects of performance improvement, whether it was managing corrective action programs, teaching operators how to operate the plant, running human performance improvement initiatives, whatever it was. 20 years of experience, and since then we founded the Practicing Perfection Institute, which we had our 7-year anniversary in February. In those 7 years, we've worked with organizations all over the world, well over 10,000 people, and I can tell you something, the average worker on the front line could absolutely care less about human performance.